If I stay still, the thoughts of you will sink in. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. Babe, I wanna know, is it heartfelt to maybe just a little? Cause you don't really see me like you used to. Would you hold on to me, cause all you do is settle. I've heard you've been here before. Stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. But I don't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. If I stay still, the thoughts of you will sink in. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to.
It wasn't a live mic.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I can tell by your face.
Oh, I tried to pretend, but it wasn't. Your mic was not live, but she was singing out loud.
I was.
I turn her mic on sometimes.
Always
when she's
sing out
singing.
loud.
Well, welcome everybody. Everybody?
What?
Everyone. I said one. I was going to say everyone and
Ooh.
everybody. Welcome
What's up,
everyone.
everybody?
Everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Sarah.
That's Scooter.
This is Sarah.
Oh, you want me to point? That's Scooter. What if
Well,
they're not listening?
They can't see it.
Oh, that's weird.
That's Sarah.
All right, weirdo.
Okay. That's you. Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. I think I left the heat on a little too long today.
It's freaking cold in here.
Oh, because when I was setting up, it was like 78 in
Oh,
here, and I
yeah,
was
it's
like,
warm.
ooh, I'm dying
I'm so jealous.
of
Our
dying.
room, no, our room only gets like 74, even if
So
I have
what are
my
you
little
jealous
heater.
of?
Heat.
Oh, so what? Yeah. My office is literally in the dining room. That's
Yeah.
my little office.
Mine's in our bedroom.
Yeah, all by itself. You have a little blankie. And
I have said we could switch offices multiple times.
and you leave the window open in the wintertime.
That's for fresh air.
And then complain that it's cold.
Yes.
Okay, so
I mean, yes, obviously. You have to have fresh air in your room.
Yes, you do. That's why there's an air purifier in there.
It doesn't do it.
No, you're right.
It feels stale.
It is stale because the filter's sitting next to it that I need to replace.
There's 2 of them in there.
2 filters?
Yeah, there's 2 filters down there.
No.
Yeah. Unless
No.
you just left the box and it's empty, but it looked
Maybe.
brand new.
Maybe. No, I put a box down on the right by our
Trash?
TV. Yeah,
Okay.
that's got a filter in it.
An old one?
No, new one.
So there's 2 boxes down by the TV.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I should probably look at those.
That's hecka old.
Okay.
Happy Friday. Let's do a shot.
Oh, we're doing a shot. Because she said so.
Because they had, I'm going to say it wrong, but I don't care. Herradura.
That's good. You got the UPC. That's good.
Oh, that's fine. It was 50% off at Bel Air today, and I was very excited about it.
It really was. I think she started a line.
Yeah, some guy behind me bought 2 bottles because I
He
was
was
like,
like, "What?
obviously, 50% off.
What, 50% off? The minimum you buy is 2.
Nah, I'm not balling that way.
No, I'm just saying you were gonna buy one.
I wasn't gonna buy one for this price. For its original price. I'm not buying it.
Got it. Okay.
It's not I'm not celebrating anything.
Thank you.
Salut.
Slanchava.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
This
That's a
is
lot
so
for me.
salty, by the way. Oh, salty tequila is
what
like
you
my
like.
favorite.
Okay. So,
What happened there?
verklempt.
Got discombobulated.
No, I choked. Let me clear my throat.
So who's our sponsors?
All right. So, as usual, Lever Consulting is our sponsor. Check out Lever Consulting for a complimentary consultation. leverconsulting.com.
Good job, radio voice.
No, that was pretty good.
I liked it.
That's my pretend to be a voice. Yeah.
Huh?
And our second sponsor is Yaya's Embroidery.
Yes.
So every time you go to Yaya's Embroidery, the links are in our last 5 videos. It's on our podcast stuff too. Go to her Instagram and say, hey, Sarah and Scooter sent us over there. So you get 10% off your whole order. What?
Yes.
So the pricing is great. The communication is great. The human is great.
Products are great.
Yeah, everything's great. And look out for some new stuff that we might be giving away
I know what
soon.
it is.
Yep.
But I won't
We're
tell.
working on that with Ariel there at Yaya's Embroidery. We're working on some new giveaways in addition to, not instead of,
Yes.
in addition to.
Yeah.
Thanks to her.
I'm super
literally-
excited.
It wasn't even my idea. It was something she reached out to us about.
Yes.
Super excited about it. So pay attention to the future. I don't know if you can do that. But that puts us on to our next thing. Since nobody decides to answer the questions, okay. Since we're talking about sponsors, can y'all be a little bit more like your Ralph? In the sense of answer the trivia question, because the prizes come from her and us, kind of a thing. But she's the one that's answering the questions.
She's
so
winning. And she gave it a lot of time before.
Yeah.
anyone
Oh,
answered.
this one was like what, 4 or 5 weeks
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
So yes, what was the question that got answered?
What was the name of the person who gave us free drinks at the Westin in Philadelphia?
And the answer was
Kathy.
it was Kathy. I don't know if it's Kathy.
Yeah, it's the only way you could say
but
Kathy.
It was Kathy.
Kathy.
So thank you, Kathy, for being
Yes.
great for your patronage.
Yes,
I think that applies.
I think so.
I don't know. Chime in if I didn't do it right. All right. So our new giveaway question is...
In a recent shout out on this show, Scooter named 4 shows we've been watching. Name 2 of them.
2? You should name all 4.
Name 4 of them.
No, stick to your question, babe.
Name 2.
We just want people to answer the questions.
I felt like 2 made more sense, but 1 was too easy.
Yeah, name 2 of the current shows that we've been watching that we did mention. It can't just guess and go, yeah, we watched that too. Yeah. But yeah, some of the ones that we were kind of recommending, like these are things that stick.
Yes.
Because we want to give you stuff. I mean, we would give everybody that is a subscriber or a listener or follows us on social media, we'd love to give you all the stuff, but that costs money. So we'll do the giveaways that are coming. Pay attention, because they're not going to be, I feel like we're not going to even do a giveaway question for them. We're going to just do some raffle stuff. We're going to do some random stuff.
Love a good raffle.
Yeah, people just have to, got some cool stuff of games. We got special stuff from Ariel at Yaya's Embroidery coming. It's going to be fun.
It is.
So, and that's just because people want to support us.
Yeah.
Even our little corner of the universe on the YouTubes and the podcasts.
There's more than one YouTube? It's like maths?
There's...
Or like sport?
Sports.
Nope, just one.
Sport and the maths.
Yeah.
Am I sporting the math?
No.
Sporting
Nope.
No?
Nope. All right, moving on.
What's it called? The G-strings? What were they called again?
Budgie smugglers.
Budgie smugglers.
Budgie smugglers.
Tip of the day.
Not G, it's like a Speedo.
Oh, I should say tip of the day. But, yeah.
Phrase of the day.
The Speedos are called, well, Speedo's a brand. So
but that type of like
bikini bottom for a dude
in Australia
is called a
budgie smuggler.
And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
It's a funny phrase.
That's great. I think it's super fun.
So if somebody sends you a pair and they're like, I'm getting you some budgie smugglers, that's what it means.
I was like, I want them.
You would never.
No.
I think it'd be hilarious, but you would never.
I have worn them. If you scroll way back and deep into the archives of my Facebook.
I feel like I have a picture of that.
Facebook page. I put a beer bottle in one.
Didn't we put that on your birthday party pictures?
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I was pretty thin. I was quite thin.
Weren't you like in like?
Yep.
Yeah,
posing. I had
it's
a beer
on my
bottle.
phone. We'll go ahead and share that later today.
That was from a.
We'll put it on our socials.
That was from a very unhealthy mental time of my life.
You were like 10 pounds.
Yeah, I was very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mentally stable.
Yeah.
Did my best.
It's fair.
With what I had.
Yeah.
I was going to the dollar store for laundry soap.
That's fair.
In those days.
So mostly water.
It really was. It was like, is this just dust?
Right.
I feel like my clothes are dirtier no, really. So dollar store is where I got everything.
Yeah.
So, because it was across the street from my little apartment. Okay.
Good thing.
It is so good, Lenny. It is so good.
All right. How many you got?
I've got 2.
Okay, you can go first.
Oh, do you have 3?
Yep.
Well, then you should go first. That just mathematically makes
So
sense.
number 1, my littlest niece says bye, and I think it's adorable. She's only 7 months old.
Now you just have to teach her Felicia.
Well, she says bye and then backhands you, so I feel like that's the same phrase.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to little Rosemary.
That's super cute. I haven't seen it yet. I don't see her a lot.
I know,
But,
which is sad.
Well,
It's only 20 minutes from here.
I'm not a real good.
Uncle.
I'm not a party favor.
What does that mean?
I am not here for
Your entertainment.
Entertainment.
I am a party favor. I'm the
Yes.
party favor aunt.
You are the party favor everything. You're the party favor grandma. You're the party favor mom. You're the party favor auntie.
That's true. I am the party
Yeah,
favor.
but just not for your husband. That's it.
Friggin' lies. I am a party favor for you.
Well, you're a trophy wife, but you're not and you're like, have you ever
Like a Stanley
have you
Cup.
ever seen Stanley Cup? Have you ever, it's like having a trophy wife and a sugar mama rolled into one. I just don't know how it's done.
That's not a thing.
Oh, you are that
I'm
thing.
a party favor. I like that better.
That seems a lot shallower than the two things
I
I
don't
just
think
said.
that's right.
Okay. How?
Yours seems way more shallow.
How?
A trophy wife and a sugar mama?
It rolled into one? Rolled into a party favor?
Then that's better. I'll take it.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what you
As
are.
long as you throw party favor
Let's
in
put
there.
that in there. It's like you're a trophy
We got that
wife
shirt.
and a sugar mama
Right
rolled
down.
into
Yep.
a party favor.
It's got to be Stanley Cup and a sugar mama.
Stanley,
and a party
what is this? I mean, you can't watch Jeopardy anymore.
I know.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
Mine is school is back in session.
Oh, I was like, was it not? Yeah.
School is back in session for me for what we do with our supplemental. Is right? Subliminal.
Supplemental.
Ooh,
No.
supplemental.
Mhm.
Our classes for SEL are back in session. So what that means to me is I can relax a little bit. I have to work more, but I can relax a little bit because I can pay employees and pay bills a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you own your own business, sometimes you live paycheck to paycheck or contract to contract.
Facts.
And we're doing not bad anymore. We're not doing well,
Right.
but we're not doing bad. So a year ago, we were doing bad.
Yes.
But yeah, so,
Pandemic.
well, I mean, just everything. But school is back in session, so it's a little bit more comfortable. I can click on things and I owe some money and I go, okay, I'll just pay that. Instead of going, where am I going to move money around to find a way to pay that,
Yeah.
From an IRS to, not all the way down from IRS down to sales tax, down to
Yeah.
there's 7,
Everybody wants a
and I'm not
chunk
exaggerating, like there's 7 different things you have to do every single year
just to stay in business.
just to stay in business.
Some kind of permit, documentation, something.
some
License.
sort
It's
of permit.
ridiculous.
I logged on today. This is no joke. Because I was looking at somebody else's business. Like, is that a legit business? I was checking in on people, which I do. I check in on people that change their business name and just move to different areas.
Yeah.
I know some business owners have done that.
Delaware's the place, guys.
No, I'm all in the Sacramento
Tax
area.
laws.
No, I'm telling you.
I know.
This, you know who it
Yeah,
is. And I was like, I need to find out if this is a legit business because this is the 6th iteration
Right.
of the same.
Well, you can open as many businesses as you want.
Well, I understand, but I was going in there, but I was like, let's search mine because that's good. And I
Make
was
sure it's
like,
in good standing.
well, found out one more thing. I didn't fill out my statement of information
Oh, yep.
in 2023 because it's on odd years.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't shut down your business.
No.
But it's only $20 to file it. And all you have to do is go in there and go, yeah, everything's the same.
Yes.
Bloop. And pay your $20.
I've seen businesses haven't done it for 20 years and they're still fine.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but I was just,
what does it matter then?
well, to me, it matters as a small company if somebody's doing a search on me.
That's fair.
Right? I want everything to say good.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want anything to say expired.
Right.
Or anything like that. Just everything says good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm good with the franchise tax board. Because remember that last time I looked up the company, I was like, franchise tax board says I'm shut down. I was like,
Right.
what did I do? So I was like, oh my gosh. So
Oh, life lessons.
those
right
little
there.
things. So always search your own business, not just on Google search, but search them through your own state.
Secretary of
Search,
State.
Well, yeah, search them through your own state,
Yeah.
your own county,
Yes.
your own city, and the IRS. Just do the search
Yeah.
to see what public information's out there for it. But
Facts.
school is back in session, so I filed my statement of information today.
Woo!
It's only $20, but it was still like, oh, okay.
Success.
All right.
Ariel said that small business grind is brutal and the best. Yes.
It is the best. And I think that's, we'll get into a little bit of that in our topic today. I think it's going to be more of a personal, this topic, but it could also roll into business.
Yeah.
And if you look at the topic, you will know.
All right. So my other one was, this is for Scooter. My global entry's done, man.
I I cannot. I'm so frustrated.
Oh, in case you guys didn't know, Scooter applied for global entry 9 months ago.
It was April. It was the middle of April of 2023. It is now January, the middle of January. It's been 9 months
Yeah.
since I paid the fee, filed, and put everything there. 9 months. It took her like 9 days.
Yes.
I mean, the only reason it took longer than 9 days is because you had to fly to Los Angeles
For the interview.
for the interview.
The
That's
interview is so funny too, because all you do is you hand them like your passport, your ID. They confirm your address, and they're like, "All right, you know that paper that had this number on it? Yeah, that's your new traveler, your new known traveler number." When you go, and I logged in the next day, it's like, "You're good. Your card's coming in the mail." I was like, "Yes, thank you so much. This is awesome."
And I wonder if next time, if that's your new travel number,
Yeah.
you just link that to when you buy a ticket.
Yep.
That's your new travel number.
Yeah.
So instead of saying TSA pre-check, it's going to say global entry.
I don't know.
I'm excited
Probably
to see.
not, because it's not an international flight.
Well, I don't know. I would think this still be cool. All right. So we
Maybe.
need to just book one just for that reason.
All
So
right.
no, I'm very
Go to
frustrated.
Canada. Just kidding.
I mean, all I have is clear.
Clear's good.
Get you to the front of the line if they have clear
And
at
I
that
need-
airport.
I need to get clear.
And this is you can roll this back to first world problems
Yeah.
episode, because these are real first world problems.
It is.
So that's why most of our rants are going to be first world problems.
Yeah.
That's what a rant is,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I'm decently bothered because, I mean, I'm cleared.
I know.
The
DOJ has cleared you.
the DOJ
But
just
not-
hasn't cleared me. The DOJ has cleared me enough to where I can clear other people
Yeah.
and keep their information.
But
Like,
somehow
So that's why I'm so.
you clicked the wrong button. I'm determined that that's what happened.
Well, what button is there to click?
You said I'm not traveling in the next 6 months out of the country.
Okay, but it's been 9.
Yeah.
So that question is totally null and void. That is
I don't know what you did.
That's an irrelevant question, is it not? If it takes
mean-
12 months to get the application through, shouldn't they say, are you traveling within the next 12 months?
That's fair.
Not 6.
I don't know. But I'm excited because mine's done.
I am not excited.
That was for you. That's because you can lose weight like it's nothing. I can get global entry like it's nothing.
It is nothing to you. You travel a lot more than me, but global entry really is not going to benefit you in
No.
your job.
No.
It's more of for when we leave the country and come
It
back.
was just because the TSA pre-check was already included. It was like $25 more.
Right.
That was all.
Yeah, you were up to renew anyways.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, all right. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
All right, episode over because I'm upset.
I added that one on for you, so now I actually have 2 more.
Oh gosh. Okay, so my next one. Literally today, we're recording this on Friday. We're live on Friday. So if you're listening to this afterwards, yeah, why would you throw a pen?
It was an accident.
I've been clicking mine, so it's fine. But today, we had lunch with Ruth.
Yes.
Ruth is a good friend of ours that I met through my business because she's like the general manager of all of the A1 comics stores here in Sacramento.
Yes.
So when it comes to games and comics, like they are the pinnacle. They were like one of the first. They've lasted the longest. They've got 3 stores.
Yeah.
She's been working at A1 Comics since she was in high school, I think.
Bananas.
I think she was 15 or 16
I actually
when
don't
she
know
started.
how old Ruth is.
She's around your age, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little younger. But I don't know,
Yeah.
to be honest. But she's been doing it for quite a long time. And she's the general manager of the 3 locations. And we do events like my company and her. We benefit each other. We help each other out.
Right.
You know, I try and bring traffic in there, do, events for no cost. And in exchange, they sponsor us at certain events. They give us prizes and giveaways
Yeah.
and raffle stuff. I mean, they've invested a ton of money in us, and we've invested a ton of time
Yes.
for them. So it's been a really good relationship, but we didn't go out to talk business, even
No.
though that's how she responded, was through our business.
Yeah.
Say, let's have time to tabletop and A1 Comics sit down. We really just had Thai food and
Life
discussed
catch up.
life.
Yeah.
And at the end of the conversation, said, hey, let's schedule some stuff between the 2 of us. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Yeah,
Because
it was good.
that's how you're supposed to do business in 2000.
And we're setting up game nights back at our house. We have decided.
That is true. we are going to have in-person game nights. We haven't done them since 2020.
Bananas.
The last, sorry if you heard the burp in the microphone.
Was it 2020? Really, the last?
It was right after she was talking about a little baggie she brought back, and I have it over here somewhere. She goes, it's a Gamma, their gaming expo thing for retailers. The last time everybody was over here, she just got back from Gamma, and that was the last Gamma right before the pandemic. So we're talking, this had to have been March.
Dang, that's crazy.
It's like when everything stopped going on. So yeah, that was our last game night here.
Bananas. Anyways, we're gonna have game nights. If you guys want to come over, let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna play social games. We're not gonna play anything hardcore. You know,
we don't really ever, do we? Zombicide
can
get hardcore.
Yeah, and it depends on what game it depends on who you're playing with, and if you decide to change rules because you want to keep playing
house rules,
you should probably not. Just let's end the game and move on to something else.
Well, I think our house rules make us win Zombicide.
Right, but
it would only last like 4 minutes.
No, to win Zombicide, everybody's dead and they just come back. So it's like 4 hours.
I know, but if we played real rules of Zombicide, it'd be over in like 2 turns.
Yeah, and then we move on to something else.
This little demon spawns so fast.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's very, very fun.
I don't like it.
It's one of Lucy's, our sponsor.
Yeah.
One of our sponsors, Lever Consulting. The owner of Lever Consulting, one of her favorite games of all time.
All right, my last 2. Momo's coming home for a week. Woot woot. That's Mariah.
And she's only been gone for a week.
She's been gone for like 3.
Babe, you know it's
2.
It's only the 19th. She's been gone for like 10 days.
That's true. 2 weeks, anyways. And then my last one, I went to an appointment this week in San Diego, and the way to get to this little town is called Ramona. You're up in the hills.
Ramona, like Scott Pilgrim Ramona?
Same. Yeah,
is it named after her?
Probably not.
Does she live there?
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
Is she like delivering packages through my mind?
Yes. Anyways, so to get to this little town of Ramona, you have to go up the mountain, and then it gets very twisty and windy, and people want you to go 55. And I was like, listen, guy behind me, I'm sorry. I don't live here, and I don't drive this route very much, so I'm going to go 40. And I'm going to feel very safe in the way that I got here. And the crazy thing is, it was on like it's not an interstate, but like on their freeway-ish is like how you get there. It's like 76, Freeway 76. Anyways, to get back there.
Route 76?
Maybe? No. I don't think
the
so.
The Spirit of 76?
I don't know. Anyways.
Route 66, Spirit of 76, right?
I don't know now. You have to do some research.
I don't want to.
Yeah, me either. So in order to get back, they were doing construction. So I was coming from like northern San Diego-ish to get to Ramona, which is eastern, right? And then I had to get to the airport, which is now southern San Diego. I had to take the freeway to get to southern San Diego, was under construction. And they're like, if you go that way, just know you're going to be sitting for an hour, and then it's going to take you like 20 minutes to get, once you're out of there to get to the freeway. I was like, yeah, it's not ideal. And the lady who I had the audit appointment with was like, here's what you do. You go down to Avenue 10 and you go left, and then you get on Wildcat Canyon Road. And she's like, it's really twisty, but you'll avoid traffic. And I said, oh, thank you so much. But in my mind, I thought,
no, thank you.
I don't want to die by myself. That was my thought process. I don't want to.
I want to die with others. Is that what you're
saying? Yes.
Okay.
If I'm going to fall off the side of one of these mountains, I would like to know if somebody else saw it happen instead of being on a road by myself, just falling off.
So you don't want to die with someone else. You want to die with somebody knowing that.
Yes. So they could at least maybe call for assistance versus nobody calling for assistance. You know what I'm saying? Wildcat Canyon Road just doesn't sound like a place I want to be at by myself.
No, I don't think so.
But I appreciated her giving me information to help me get out. I stayed in the traffic for an hour because I had time.
But was she giving you that information so you'll be on Get Out too?
I don't think so. I think she was really trying to be helpful, and I appreciated her for it.
No, I think there are some people are really good that way, and I think that's a shout out to the people that really have good intention.
Yeah.
And don't see any danger in somebody traveling by themselves out of state.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
They're like,
I don't know from here.
It's totally fine.
Right. Oh yeah, people take that road all the time.
Yeah. People that live here.
I don't know them.
Yeah. I don't know anybody there. And plus, she has an Android, so she can't share a location with me. So she could be in the
Whatever.
middle of who knows.
Wildcat Canyon Road.
How would I have known that?
I told you.
Good.
That's my last one. That's my last good
Oh, it
thing.
really was?
Yep. You got anything else?
Not for that segment, no.
You want me to push it? Yep, I already did it. Rant of the week. Rant of the week.
Rant of the week.
Do that when you do it.
Do what?
When you say rant of the week, you have to move your shoulders like this.
You have to what that?
What's
What?
in the
Rolling-
can? Keith
rolling
said,
it
what's in the
back.
can? It is an easy peasy from Urban Roots. It is a dry hop Pilsner. It's one of my favorite ones that they make.
It's true. Sarah got me something special at the store today because I've been drinking whatever's on sale lately because, school wasn't in session. Now, I am drinking something from Jackrabbit. Yours is the easy peasy from Urban Roots.
Yes, in Sacramento.
It's right down there in Sacramento. And this one's also in Sacramento. This is West Sac. So not really Sacramento, but West Sacramento. It is a different city.
And county.
Jackrabbit Brewing Company. It's called Emmett's Double Dry Hopped West Coast IPA. So it's very tasty.
Good. I knew you
And
like
it's got a little,
double dry hop.
Got a little picture of a golden retriever on it. So
I thought it was a bunny.
how is that a bunny?
I thought it was when I saw it at your table. When I bought it, I didn't actually see the label.
So it's very cute.
It's cute. You think Emmett's their dog? What's his face?
Probably that dog that's there all the time.
Oh, I was thinking, what's his name? Who's the brewer?
I don't know Jackrabbit's brewer.
Yes,
Well,
we
I do. No, I don't. No, we don't.
What's his face? He's not there anymore?
I don't know. You're thinking of something completely different. It's totally fine. You're thinking of Bike Dog
I am thinking of Bike Dog.
because you saw a picture of a dog. I had to follow. I know where you were headed. Saw a picture of dog. Went right to Bike Dog. Kyle is still
Kyle!
at Bike Dog. but
Bike Dog.
That's not
He's
Jackrabbit.
right. I don't know anybody at
It is
Jackrabbit.
right around the corner from there. Jackrabbit is like right around the corner.
Thank you for following the logic. All right. How many things do you have? Because I have 4.
I only have one because
Okay,
I didn't really have a lot of. I had a lot of
Interaction.
positive. Well, no, I had a lot of interaction. Just my rants seem to be the same.
Oh, okay.
That's
fair.
Because I only have so many pet peeves.
Yeah. Oh, I have so many.
Yeah.
So my first one is a lot in one, right? So it's just traveling, but let me break it down to the things that happened in my traveling week.
Break it down.
Break it down. Santa Ana Airport is very small and very easy to get in and out of. But why don't they have any signage to help you get anywhere? Like there's a rental car sign and it just keeps pointing you when you're looking at it, right? So you just keep following a sign that says rental car signage and all of a sudden there's no more signage. And you're like, so do I continue following? And then you walk and now you're at the parking lot and you're like, so where did I go wrong? And then you ask somebody and they're like, oh, go down 3 blocks and cross the street and it's in the bottom of that parking lot and then go down to basement 0. And I'm like, who would know that that's where it's at if you don't have signage, Santa Ana Airport? And I even like you.
Santa Ana Airport.
Yeah.
Do better.
John Wayne Airport, really, if you want.
John Wayne Airport.
Do better.
Do better.
That was number 1 of the travel bundle. Number 2. Why is it when you rent a rental car?
Whoa. How many times did you say rent in a row?
2. Why
You
is
said
it
like 3 times.
I did 3. Rent a rental car. That's only 2.
I'm going to flag on the play.
Anyways, why is it when you say I want a car, like a
Oh,
compact car, they say go ahead and go get your minivan? So I go again, Santa Ana Airport. They're like, here's the keys. And for some reason I didn't read the paper this time. And I was already running late because my flight was delayed. So they said, you're in space 84. And I thought, okay. So I walk out the door and it starts at 1. And I was like, son of a biscuit. So by the time I get down to 84, I see a very large gray minivan. And I was like, not today. Because there's been times where I'm like, I got to go. I'm going to take the minivan. I'm out. I said, not today. I walked back and I was like, I didn't reserve this. I wanted a car. I'm all by myself. And they're like, let's see what else we have. And they're digging through keys. And they're like, do you want an electric vehicle? No, I don't. You know what I would have, if I wanted an electric vehicle, I would have
I
said,
would have clicked that button.
go ahead and give me an electric vehicle. I said, I don't know where to charge this car. I don't know how to charge it. I said, no, I just want what I rented. And they're like, oh, we have a Mazda. And I said, okay, cool. Mazda's great. So I walk back. Now I'm at 74, so at least not as far as a walk. and it's a Mazda SUV. And I said, I don't care. I got to go. I just wanted a car. And the reason for the car is I carry luggage and I don't go to a hotel before I go to my appointments. So now I just have luggage in the back of my car everywhere I'm going. If you have an SUV with they don't get a little umbrella thingy. So everyone can just see what's in my car. And I'm like, if I asked for a car many, many moons ago, I could just have a car for me.
Well, we've even talked about that. It was like, you reserved something. We were talking, we had pizza I think that same night that we were talking about that, right? If I ordered a pizza and they showed up at your door and said, we were out of pizza, so we just made some hot wings for you.
Right.
I was like, no, I bought a pizza.
Right.
And the same concept is like, you don't know why somebody reserved a car.
Yes.
You don't know why somebody reserved an SUV.
Yes.
You wouldn't do it the opposite way. Somebody reserved an SUV and somebody gives you a Prius or a compact car. Right. They're like, there's 5 of us.
Yes.
Right? So why does it go the other direction? There's a reason. So I totally get that. I was like, you reserved something. That's mine. Like, I called dibs.
Yes.
Other people are standing in line. They didn't even make a reservation.
Yes. Also, on my way to number 85 to get the van, I passed so many cars. I'm like, well, give me one of those. I see them in the... How come those reservations
they're being reserved.
allowed? I know.
To who? Somebody that reserved something? That's what I did.
I got here first. I didn't say random reservation. Okay. Last travel complaint rant of this week.
Got it.
Southwest Airlines, love them. But the way Southwest works is, right, they call A, everybody gets in line 1 through 60, and then B and then C, same thing, 1 through 60. So A-listers, which is very, very annoying, they line up very early. And then everyone checks each other's numbers to make sure that they're exactly in the spot where they're supposed to be. I like a roundabout spot. I just stand where I'm close. So I'm standing here in my spot, which is, I'm 37. There's a guy next to me who's already asked me what number are you. He's 36. I said, cool. You're going to be in front of me, but there's some pre-boards have to go first. This lady walks in front of me, and I thought she's trying to walk by me, and says, excuse me, and like legitimately stands right in front of me to the point where I can't move back because there's someone behind me. And I have like my suitcase is touching her bottom because she doesn't have anywhere else to go. And then she's like, oh, she's called her friends over, and she's like, well, I'm 30, I think she was 38 or 39. And then my friends are 40 and 41. And I'm like, and she asked the guy who's next to me, what number are you? He's like, I'm 36. She's like, okay, good. We're in the right spot. And I was like, am I invisible? You could have, we're so close. Like, I'm uncomfortable how close we are at this point. And so I just stand there. I don't say anything. I'm like, this is fun. And my phone is always bright so everyone can see my number because I don't want to talk to people. People are like, what number are you? It's right here. We don't have to have a conversation. So anyways, they're like, okay, pre-boards are on. Everybody on this side of the pole, go ahead and get in line. So I just say, excuse me. And I just move her aside so I can stand in front of her because I'm like, I don't even care what my number is. I don't care if you got them before me. But the fact that you didn't even ask me and you stood like literally in front without even having a conversation got on my nerves.
37 coming through.
I know.
37 coming through. Oh, and my friend over here, 36 coming through.
Oh, she was so annoying. Oh, I was like, I can't.
Social interactions like that drive me nuts. And it's kind of when I like to stand in my exact spot.
Yeah.
Like I do kind of the count thing. And I was like, oh, it's 2
Spot
from
here.
here. So
Yeah.
I'll stand here. You know? And then, I mean, normally it's very rare that you have that kind of an incident.
Yes.
It's very rare.
Agreed.
Because people, it's not that big a deal.
No.
But to this person, they don't travel enough.
Right.
And it's very important to them.
I normally don't care. Like if I'm at the end of it where I'm like 58, 57, I'm like, I'll go on after 60. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. It's not going to change 2 people. But her whole attitude, I was like, no, I'm going in front of you. I'm getting my actual spot today.
Somebody needs to be put in check. They're called receipts.
End of my travel complaints.
Receipts. Everybody needs to have a receipt. All right. So we are moving on.
No, you didn't do yours, did you?
Oh, did I?
What's
yeah. Okay.
I talked for
you
so
had
long.
So many. You didn't even give me a chance.
That was only one.
You have 2 more?
Yes. Really, it's just one more.
Holy.
I know.
Okay.
I turned into you for this episode.
Yeah, you really did. I'm gonna broad brush it, but it's somebody that's not in charge in a sense of telling another human being what's more important.
Yes.
We had an incident like realistically that an adult told my son, what was important in his life, what was more important in his life, not us.
Yes.
Not us telling him. I was like, we're his parents.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a police officer, a judge, a teacher, the principal, to tell my son what's more important in your life.
Yeah. Should be what I say.
Should be what I say.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't agree with that.
Right.
That is not for you to tell my son.
We don't even tell him what's more. We don't even say what we say is more important than what you think.
No, but we do tell him what you should prioritize.
Yes.
This is because
we say this should be.
Yeah.
We can't even dictate that.
No, but this should be because you want this, so you should probably be concentrating on this.
Right.
Right. But yeah, they had that incident happen, and then the person had the guts to text and tattle on my son.
Yes.
Saying that he wasn't doing what he thought was more important for my son. And I'm like, it's not how this works, bro.
I just said, thank you. I think I said, okay.
I just thumbs up. Got received. Left him on red.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really feel like telling somebody else what's more important to you should be what's more important to them. That you can't do that.
Right.
You can't say, this is more important.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's not. It's more important to you.
Yeah.
Which is totally great. Right. So yeah, I had a little bit of but it's almost like I've become numb to it because we've had this incident with this same person that's in charge for 7 years now.
3 more semesters.
So now we're just like, you do you, man. Like, you're good at a lot of things, but this one you're just not good at.
Yeah.
That was it. So you can keep going. I didn't mean to.
All right, you guys ready for
slow
these
your
two?
roll?
You guys ready for? It's been a week, guys. I'm gonna piggyback on the school thing. So I got another truancy letter from my son. As I've stated before, I've got a letter saying he's missed too many days, excused. I've got a letter saying he had too many unexcused. And then I got a letter saying now we're at the point where he's missed 84 days. And I was like, no, he hasn't. There's no friggin' way he's missed 84 days. So what happens is because he has 7 periods, if he misses a day, that's 7 days. Dumbest logic I've ever heard. So I told the attendants, hey, he was out sick because he was. I don't know what to tell you guys. And so they emailed me back and said he's used his allotted amount of excused days. And if he's absent anymore, you have to bring in a note from a doctor. And I said, yeah, that's not happening. I said, you can either give me the link to a free doctor or pay my copay. But I am absolutely not taking my son to the doctor for a cold. Have a great day. And they said, I'm just giving you information. And I said, me too.
Did you hashtag it?
No. I just thought, the F are you talking about right now?
I was like,
So you want me to send him to school sick? And then you guys can call me and say he's sick, come get him. Because if I had an actual job where I had to go into work, there's no friggin' way I'm leaving every time he's not feeling well to go get him.
well, the last time he was sick, we weren't available.
No.
So they
They called me at work at my audit.
Yeah, but and you're out of town.
Yeah.
Right? I'm in a meeting, right?
Yeah.
So a kid went to school not feeling well because this is how they want it.
Yes.
He goes to the nurse's office, they tell him he's sick, and then there's nobody to pick him up.
Yeah. So now he's walking home in the cold.
To get, I mean, it's only a mile, but still. Right. I mean, that's your solution to this whole thing.
Yes.
So the dehumanization
That's a good word.
of the attendance policies
Yes.
in our public schools is disgusting.
Oh, it's gross. I was like,
Disgusting.
don't make me turn to my mom right now because I'm about to write letters to every friggin' person at the school board, to the principal, like to tell me that now I've reached a cap of how many times my kid could be sick. F you. You have no friggin' idea what's going on. You have no idea. I don't have, as an employee, I don't have to give my boss nothing to tell them that I don't feel well. I don't have to give you a doctor's note. You know why? HIPAA exists. To have to give you a doctor's note because my kid doesn't feel well, HIPAA exists. So you can go jump off an effing roof because I'm not doing any of that crap for you to feel better so you can get money because my kid doesn't feel good. Go. I can't.
But we've dealt with that. I've dealt with that a very, very, very long time with many children.
2-3 more semesters.
It's how many discussions you have to have with people that are administrators, like low-level administrators. High-end administrators, they're totally fine.
Yeah.
But low-level, like admin 1s and 2s,
Right.
have some strange sense of power.
And I get that they're like, that's policy.
I was like, cool.
Good for you.
That's not
I don't know what
policy,
to tell
but
you.
guess what? There's also a law,
Yeah.
and there's also, I'm the parent.
Right.
I'm the guardian. So if I want to pull my kid out of school,
Fact.
I could just pull them out of school. They're homeschooled now.
Right.
Like
Now
that,
you get $0.
Now you get no money. Right? It's like, what do you want? Right?
Right.
So are these kids here to get educated, or are they just sit in a seat so you can get some funding?
Right.
Which one is it?
At some point, I'm going to be like, listen, I'm going to send him to school. He's going to sit in an office because I'm not going to let him walk home because he's sick. He'll sit in the office with you guys. You and the whole administration and everyone in the main office. He could hang out with you guys until the end of the day, and I'll come get him.
Yeah.
You guys can all get sick as well.
Well, because realistically, here's what there's a snowball effect to that, right? So I have a job. I'm working. Our kid, we tried to keep him home from school, but you won't allow us to do that.
Right.
So we drop him off in the morning. Now he's sick. Now in the middle of my workday, I have to come get the kid and explain that to my employer.
Yes.
So you're telling me that I need to lose money to go pick up my kid to get him excused so you can make money?
Yes.
No. That's
No.
there's no logic
Yeah.
in the administration and the rules that happen in public schools right now.
No.
There's not a lot of logic because we have established over 2020, 2021, 2022 that we can actually educate over the internet with the tools we have. Maybe not as good. There's certain skills there's certain things you cannot teach, and I totally agree with that. But if a kid is gone for a couple of days because they're sick, they can still get their homework done. They can still have the interactions done on the internet, because right now, all of the homework is available in this school right now. All of the homework is given to you over Google Classroom. Do you know where that is? Online.
Right.
And there's also what's it called? Parent Square is where all the communication comes through, which is all online. They have a parent portal to where the parents can look at the grades and what's due and what's assigned online.
Yes.
So if you're going to tell me that you can't send him a PDF, so while he's not feeling well, he can actually attend class and fill out, do the stuff that he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You're out of your flipping mind. It's only 2024. We did this 2 years ago, and it wasn't the best solution, but it worked. So we established where every kid now has a computer.
Yes.
Every kid now has a computer. They made a 1-to-1. So it can happen.
Agreed.
So.
All right. I'll end my rants there.
That's it?
I had one more, but we don't need to talk
Oh, my
about it.
goodness. Why?
Because, okay, we'll talk about it. Aging. Somehow,
oh boy,
I messed up my toe. I don't know, guys. Maybe I've been walking too much, which I have been walking a lot more than I normally have. But my big toe, and I've been Googling it, I'm hoping it's not gout, because you learned that on Jeopardy. My big toe doesn't want to go back. Like, it goes back, but it hurts when I walk. So I'm hoping I didn't fracture something in there, but it does hurt to walk. I can walk. It's like I need crutches. It's uncomfortable. So, I can't go to the doctor because you know what they're going to say? That's normal.
That's normal. How old are you? Over 20?
That's about right. How tall are you? How much do you weigh? You should probably lose weight. That's for the reason why your toe hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's some pain meds. Oh, now you're addicted? Right. Oh, what do we do?
Anyways, aging, right? Am I right?
That's another rant. That's it's real quick. Why, and I think it's always been in my adulthood, why are we always treating symptoms instead of the core of the problem?
Yeah.
That should be a whole episode right there.
Well, next time.
So.
All right. That's our rants. I ranted it out.
So now we're going to come directly at you.
Why'd you make that noise?
I didn't know how to say it, but we're going to find out what's up in you area.
Okay, these are the most interesting things I could find happening in Fresno. At the Sequoia Brewery, there is a Max Headroom 80s party this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
And I thought it sounded fun. So I put that one down. In Houston, at Maggiano's, there's a kids cooking class. And I thought, how fun would that be? I love hands-on cooking. Okay. In Washington, I don't find him funny, but people do. D.L. Hughley is going to be at Tacoma. He's okay. But then they're also having Bluey's Big Play at the Paramount Theater. somewhere up in the Northwest, because I can't remember what city it was in. And then Sacramento. I thought this person's name was Lil Nicky and they just spelled it wrong, but it's not. It's called Il Nicky, and I thought that was funny, so I wrote it down. And it's at Harlow's. So I was like, Il Nicky.
What is that?
I don't know. I think it's rap. I mean, that's why I thought it was Lil Nicky instead of Il Nicky. Anyways, Sacramento has a horror film festival, if that's your thing, at the Colonial Theater. And the last one I thought was going to be funny and awesome to go to is there is a thing called Dear Abby WTF, where these two comedians go through archived Dear Abby like posts and then they like rehash what's happening in them and have a different take on them. And I thought that would be kind of fun. I used to love Dear Abby.
I think that's cool. I think there was as a similar line, there's kind of this stupid podcast thing that I show on YouTube that I watch. But they're playing "Am I the A-hole?"
Yeah.
Right? They're playing that, and because there's a subreddit about "Am I the A-hole?" You know, like, this is what's happening to me. This person does it. Am I looking at it the wrong way? And am I the one being the jerk?
Yeah.
So it opens up kind of a discussion kind of thing. I think it's super fun. So I think those Dear Abbeys, they're on a similar aspect. They're like saying, "Here's what's going on. I need your advice." And sometimes it's like, you're weird.
Yeah.
You're not doing well.
Oh man, but the old ones too. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine
Well-
things people asked.
Well, especially because now we're all quote unquote woke.
Yes.
You know, to where we can only talk about like, oh, I'm so offended. I'm like, it's real life.
I know.
How can you be offended by real life? People have real problems. It was like, oh, you can't say that. I was like, what do you mean I can't say that?
Yeah.
I'm pissed off.
Right.
Oh, you can't say that. It hurts my feelings.
All right.
I'm like, yeah. Could you imagine
No.
the old ones?
So I kind of want to go.
I have one.
'Kay.
I want to do one from the I just wrote it out right now. But here going forward, and it's not really a shout out or anything like that, but it's kind of a, it's a what's up at Log Off, because I'm really kind of liking the new vibe of what they're trying to do. They're doing themed weeks
Nice.
at Log Off. So last week was Taylor Swift week.
Oh, I saw that.
And then this week is punk emo week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're kind of like their beer releases have like a theme of whatever that theme week is, and also their trivia is based upon those kind of genres.
Like music trivia or just
Yeah.
trivia or
No,
both?
like the music and the music bingo. Like
Oh no.
their events were centered. Oh, last week were centered around. It was called Swifty Week.
Yeah.
And then this week is like punk emo, and I was like, I really enjoy the thought of that.
I'm gonna have to
you
go
know?
there for bingo.
Well,
music
just in
tomorrow.
general, I just think
I love emos.
it's just fun. I just think those kind of things are super cool to
Yeah.
have. I mean, I like the enthusiasm that the new owner Kenny has.
Yeah.
He has like, I want to do more community driven fun stuff. So
Yeah.
I just thought, I was thinking about
That's
that. I was like, oh, I forgot Swifty Week. And then they have emo,
I'm all for emo music.
punk. Yeah, I think it's punk emo.
I'm
Yeah.
in.
Even like they did a collab. They're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a collab beer, and like it has a hop with like the
Side
comb-
bangs?
the side bangs with the hop head. I was like, okay, that's a good. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
cool theme. I like that they're doing themes. So that was it.
I want to go on Saturday or Sunday whenever you're going, but I have to do Texas
We have to work.
and Texas.
We get a lot of work done on weekends. by the way.
Ryan said he misses Log Off. They
Yes,
miss you, Ryan.
They do. They miss you too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have some themed weeks there. It'd be fun.
All right, that's it. That's all I got.
That's all you have for
What's
there.
up?
All right.
Shout out! Woo!
Goodness. You know, the problem is, and if you're listening to this just in audio, and I apologize because I don't do a lot of editing, if any. So when there's long pauses, there's more to come. just wait for a second, you know, because usually she's cued to push something. She thinks she pushes it, she misses it.
I didn't know I was supposed to push it this time.
Well, you get excited, so you start pushing it. So, and I gave you the
Okay.
buttons because you wanted them.
And Urel says hi. Hi, Urel.
Hello, Urel. That's the person. Okay, so if you're in the chat right now, everybody in chat, be more like Urel. Okay? Can you answer some of the questions? And when you comment on stuff, I love all of you, but if you could comment on the YouTube video that it pertains to, that'd be great. It's in in place of not now, if you know us personally and you want to have a discussion, that's completely different. But like comment on the video, it's really, really helpful for other people to see, your take on some certain things. So be more like Urel. Okay. Big shout out to Urel because there's some cool things coming.
All right. How many shout outs you got?
Like 3.
Okay, cool. I got 4. My first shout out is me. I lifted weights today, and I'd like to shout myself out.
Did you drop the weight on your toe?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was all like shoulders and chest and triceps today.
What'd you say again?
Shoulders.
Head, shoulders, knees, and shows.
Triceps, shoulders, chest.
I
didn't like it. It was a lot of push-ups.
Oh, I love push-ups.
Oh, and then it was banded push-ups, which I kind of like better.
Oh, that's cool.
But I don't like regular push-ups.
And
That's
a different exercise.
It was. I told you we should have done it, and then we didn't get to walk today because it rained. But because we're suckers like that. Anyways,
we were out doing stuff too.
I knew it wasn't going to happen too. I even asked you yesterday, should I go walking in the morning? Because we're not going to have time later. And you're like, we're going to do it the same time we always do it. And I was like, okay.
Well, and then as soon
I knew I should have walked this morning.
Yeah, we're out to lunch. We're out having lunch with Ruth, and then when we came back, my brain was churning.
About lights.
Yeah, lighting. I'm hoping our lighting and stuff is getting better. It's just I'm moving lights, but I'm also messing with the camera settings.
Yeah.
To hopefully it like looks like you're hanging out with us instead of just looks like a pale, like a bright star in the night and then a disappearing shadow on the other side.
I feel like I look brighter in this one than down there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to where we look like us in the room.
That's fair.
So
right, what's your first shout out?
So I'm gonna hop right into that because it's kind of a segue to thanks, Ryan. Big shout out to Ryan for humoring me with my random texts and random questions and those types of things, because I get excited about stuff, and when it comes to like cameras and audio equipment, and there's only a handful of people that
care.
Yeah, they get excited the same way.
Yes.
So Ryan happens to be one of those people. So thank you for being responsive.
Nice.
Very nice of you, and I appreciate you.
Second shout out. Shout out to the CSU faculty and California State Universities because they're all on strike this week. So all the kids in college at CSUs have no school this week. Woot woot. But they have homework.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's like at least they're doing something, because I just feel like if they're not having lectures and we're paying tens of thousands of dollars for somebody to go to college.
Yeah.
Who's paying that?
Yeah, that's why our college kids come home today.
Well, it's also kind of like, well, yeah, and is the union going to pay us back?
No. Union pay you back.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, you can't just, it's like making something out of nothing or making nothing out of something.
Right.
Just doesn't, I don't know. Okay.
That's my number 2.
My number 2, well, I know that's awful. Number 2, was that like, what was his name? Spy Who Shagged Me. Number 2.
Yes.
Valerie, Holt Ensign.
Who is your number 2?
She pretty much is. She is my number 2. Because classes, we started at the beginning giving a good thing that school is back in session. But Valerie, realistically, it's one of those things. I messaged her last week saying, hey, classes are starting next week. Is there anything you need? And she's like, I got it. And I'm like, dang. Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of prep on the back end.
Right.
It's a lot of getting stuff together, getting the classes all put in and stuff. And I really appreciate the people that check in with me and say, hey, everything's going well.
Yeah.
Instead of always coming with a problem.
Right.
There's like, hey, I wanted to check in. I was like, so-and-so is doing this and we're doing this and this is great. To me, it's just without this human being that's come across our path in our lives, I was like, I don't think we could be where we're at today as a company or a community without Valerie and her husband, Michael.
Agreed.
It's just the way it is.
I agree.
So.
All right. Shout out to Alyce for buying me this game and then taking it back.
What do you mean took it back?
She took it back to play. So she got me this game.
You're not in the microphone.
It's a 90s hip-hop lyric game. We're actually going to play it on the show tonight. Couple of cards.
Oh, that's not good.
I know. And it was so funny because she got it from me and she's like, can I take it to play? And I was like, what?
Why
I
didn't you
can't
just...
play it against you now because you memorize cards, you cheater face.
Well, that is how she plays.
I know. That's why Family Feud.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because I'm pretty good at lyrics. I'm terrible at artists or names of songs.
But it's even different than that. And it is a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's not just lyrics, but it's called Lyrically Correct.
Yes.
Is the name of the game. And they have different eras. This is the 90s, 2000s hip hop and R&B edition.
And expansion pack.
For what?
This is the same game.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's just 90s R&B expansion
Oh,
pack.
it's not hip hop?
No,
Oh,
it's just R&B.
no.
So Maxwell.
Oh, yeah. I know Maxwell. He's my buddy.
Maybe nothing but Maxwell. So yeah, that's your shout out for there. Thank you for that, Alyce. It was random because I came down here to make some coffee the other day and I was go, hey babe, what's this game just sitting here? And she goes, oh, Alyce got there. I was like, wow, that's really random. That was really odd.
I think it was at is she there? Oh, yeah, we're talking about Elysium
they're
bed.
lurking.
I know.
We have a studio audience tonight. We have two people, waving over the corner. The culprits.
Yes.
We're gonna call them.
Who've been studying cards so they could cheat at the game.
That's how she plays games. We have this game. The history of that is Family Feud. We bought this game years and years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She took it to her room. It was gone for like days on end, and we couldn't find it because she was memorizing all of the cards.
Yes.
And then came out and go, you guys want to play Family Feud? We're like, where's it been? In my room. I was like, come on.
You think she'd be better at Rabble with all that cheating, but she's not.
No.
Just kidding.
She should get her own copy of Rabble. And
they're actually undefeated in Rabble, but I think it's because of Ben.
That is true. Because Ben is a much better, what do they call it? Yoga master, dancer, whatever.
Oh man.
So yeah, thanks for that. That was really awesome. Shout out to that crew. What do I call them? We have to rewind the tape. I just call them the
culprits.
The culprits.
Yes.
Culprits. We're gonna call them
I
the
remembered
culprits.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, I have one more.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, Ariel, got her microphone and her headphones in the mail. I don't know if she's testing them out. I think she was excited, but she's also a mom of two very small children. So she's looking at starting her own podcast. With one of her besties. I don't know. They haven't figured out a premise. They haven't figured out whatever. But I don't know if they're going to do live video. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is shout out to her for she likes to talk.
Yes.
And she's been on this show.
She's like you.
Yeah, there's an episode. Go back. It's Helicopter Parents.
Yeah. That was a good episode.
Go back to Helicopter Parents. That was a 3-hour episode, yes. I think. Go back to Helicopter Parents. You will meet Ariel. And her husband already has a podcast because he's a pastor at a church there, and he's going to open up one in Seattle, and they have a pastoral podcast.
Yeah.
So check that out too. But this one, I don't know what the premise is. Hopefully it's nerdy. Probably not. It's probably all Taylor Swift. I don't know. But no, I'm super excited about it because it was like, I like people doing their passions.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get into that too in our actual main part of this show. Our Advise Me Not, we'll get into that. But yeah, that was my last one. There was Ariel's going to start a podcast. She did actually pull the trigger, got the equipment, and it showed up at her house. Look out, people.
It's exciting.
There's another jabbery.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Those Hamilton DNAs like to talk.
Yes. It's a lot.
My last one. So we started getting messages about, hey, class of 2025, and here's the things we want for class of 2025. I've been ignoring them, thinking that our kid graduates in 2026. He doesn't.
No, it's next year.
So I started reading them, and I was like, oh, that's for us.
You're a dork.
I know. So shout out to class of 2025, and sorry I've missed things already.
Whatever.
Woo! Yeah. You need Ryan's comment. Can you see it?
Yeah. So Ryan's comment. Of course, I got a shout out when I was putting Emery down. Thanks, Scooter. Love you. Yeah. I mean, you're
doing dad things.
The present dads are impressive to me over the last 10 years. The being able to work from home.
Whoa.
That didn't cry or anything. It was like my beer came up or something. Friday nights, man. No, thanks, Ryan. I was like, Ryan's a big advocate of supporting other people's passions,
Yeah.
no matter what they are. And I feel like we need more of those people in the world. And I feel like people that support other people's passions is what drives us as humans, as humanity, instead of just being animals that,
Yeah.
roam across the field.
I disagree. I feel like Ryan encouraged you to spend money, and I'm not down for it.
I have a couple things in my shopping cart right now. I'm
Right.
just trying to find a way to pay for it.
Right.
Some cameras so we can play these games and do this stuff so you can see what we're doing.
Remember, there's a trip happening in like 3 months,
For you.
4 months. No,
What trip?
Disney.
Oh, yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to Disneyland. I forgot about that.
Going Dutch on that Disneyland trip. So
Going
better get it together.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to have like street dogs. Not even those. Those are too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm going to have, what am I going to eat then? I'm going to starve if we're going Dutch.
Stupid.
Okay. So no, big shout out to all the people that are chasing their passion, and are willing to encourage other people to chase their passion too.
Yes.
And I think that's where the 3 people in my shout out, Ariel, Valerie, and Ryan, they're those people.
Yeah.
I like surrounding myself with those types of people. So
That's good.
yeah.
All right. You're going to announce this.
Oh, what?
I just got a funny message. It's in my, anyways, I'll tell you later. You got to announce this. I'm going to pour your beer. And we're going to get going.
And then you're going to announce what you were saying. Well, you got a message from who?
Becca.
Oh, is she listening?
Work related.
Oh, it's just work. It's
funny.
always work. Like,
It's not.
Rebecca, get in the chat. All right?
Hmm.
All right. Stop lurking.
Advise me not. I need your cup.
So we're going to go right into the advise me not section, even though I told her earlier I'm going to mention something.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
No.
No,
it's- we're
don't do
going-
it. Do yours first. So I can do this.
Okay. But Sarah needs to come up with hers too. Well, you have to, because I think we're going to bring back Song of the Week. I feel like that's important to me. So if you guys don't like the segment of Song of the Week, I don't care. I like it. Sarah's going to like it because I'm going to make her like it. But realistically, I came across something, strangely enough, just scroll-holing. Scroll-holing? Yeah. Doom scrolling, whatever it is. Every once in a while, I like to look at what new music's out there that's not just in my genre, right? So there's a new Ariana Grande song that came out like a week and a half ago. Didn't know she was doing music right now. There's a video of Norah Jones and Dave Grohl doing like a little jam session on her podcast. There's a video of it. Amazing. You've got to check that out because I feel like there's not enough jam sessions that are broadcast. There's more just push a button and it creates a beat and everything's in perfect time. But there's something that somebody put together over like the pandemic and stuff about their daughter, and it was Jeremy Renner.
Oh, yeah.
And made a whole like video about it, sang the song, did the whole, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've seen by somebody that's considered a high-end celebrity that I've seen in a very long time. So it's called Wait by Jeremy Renner. You have to check out the video. I will link it in here when we post this, when I put all the details in it. It'll probably be by tomorrow. But just all you gotta do is put in Jeremy Renner Wait. I was
And bring the tissues.
oh my gosh, if you're a girl dad, you will lose your mind. Lose your mind. So I sent it to a couple people that I felt were that
Would
connection
make
to
them
me.
cry.
Well, no,
Just
were that
kidding.
connection to me.
Yeah.
Like, because I am a girl dad, but there's certain connections in that song that were very, yeah. So on that Song of the Week, shout out to Bailey and shout out to Mariah. You two are great humans. So,
He's going to cry.
yeah.
I
But
like
I'm going to move on. What's your Song of the Week?
So I don't know what it's
Now you
called.
already did the plug, so I might have to go back and edit it out. But
I don't know what it's called.
you just know the lyrics, so
I
sing
just-
it for us.
I can't sing lyrics.
There you go.
We'll get taken down
Because you're going to sing it so
good.
perfect.
I actually would, so I won't. So there's a song, I want to say it's called Rosemary's Granddaughter. You hear me sing it? Yes? No? I can't sing it. I don't want to get in trouble.
You won't get in trouble. You have to do it for over 7 seconds, by the way.
Oh, that would take me that long. So it goes,
You'd have to sing it perfectly for 7 seconds.
okay, that's fair. I'm not going to sing it. So it says, I am Rosemary's granddaughter, the spitting image of my father. And then, I can't remember how it goes.
Urel says it's called Who I Am.
Oh, see who I am. Thanks, Sherelle. So there's a thing
Thank
that
you.
I do, certain songs where I have to replace words because I feel like it makes it more it makes it more me.
Oh.
So in that song,
you're a songwriter.
no, I'm a song stealer. So in that song, I always say, I am Jacqueline Spratt's daughter, the spitting image of my father. And when the day is done, I know Scooter's my biggest fan. Sometimes I'm clueless and I'm clumsy, but I know my kids love me and they know just who I am. And that's all, they know just where I stand and that's all a part of me and that's who I am. But I'm like, that's always the way I sing that song. I don't sing it the regular way anymore. Like that's always my lyrics now for that song. So that's been my song this week.
Hopefully you didn't hear that, but I said the F word. As she was going
I
down
might have
the
said that
steps.
kind of fast, but I apologize.
No, it was
But,
perfect. Because
yeah.
as you're saying that, I said that hell, that
Yeah.
F and hell that I always say.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm Scottish. which
That
I'm
song
not.
is so good. But yeah, but
Yeah, that's amazing.
that's my rewrite to that song.
You could do a cover. I mean, you could do a cover of that song. Let's cover that song and you put that in there.
That seems like a lot
Like
of
all you gotta
effort.
do when you upload the song, you just have to click cover,
Mm.
and then the person who wrote it or their company they just have to approve that it's a cover of their song.
Yeah.
So you don't get any money from it.
I'll just sing it karaoke.
All right, it's just different. I think it'd be great. Urel says she loves that song. I
It's
do too.
so good.
I mean, and if you listen to the Jeremy Renner song, it has some country twang to it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I remember. I think it was the '90s. What was it? Butterfly Kisses.
Oh, that's a good one.
The '90s hits this song by Jeremy Renner hits just as hard.
Yeah.
just
And the
as hard.
video's so good.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just, and his daughter's actually in it.
I
I was
know.
like, this is too much.
Yeah.
So that was a lot. So we're going to bring that back because I think Song of the Week, music is over the top. One of the most important things in my life.
Yeah.
It just is. I don't think I would not be who I was without music.
Definitely not.
Just I wouldn't have the passion, wouldn't have the drive, wouldn't have the creativity, wouldn't have any of that without my passion for old music, retro music, brand new music.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, but check out the other ones too. The Nora Jones and Dave Grohl and also Ariana Grande. Great song.
That's a good song.
It's a great,
I liked it.
not just the song, but
The video.
if you know who she is and what she goes through on
Yeah.
on a consistent basis, check it out. Because it came out like within the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I liked it.
So super great.
Now I can push the button.
Yeah, well, you're gonna do this again. Repeat.
Advise me not.
All right. Shot for Advise Me Not.
Oh, she reloaded.
Salud.
Salanchava.
All
All right. That long pause was us swallowing.
Sorry. We should probably do it at the same time.
Well, then it's not a cheers.
All right. What's the Advise Me Not?
Well, cool shout out. We went back to there too. We went and hung out with Ruth today, and before we went and had lunch with Ruth, Sarah's like, we should just ask her what the topic is. So we did. She knew exactly. She was like, here's the thing I've been thinking about and working on lately. And it was here it is. So I think it's in the topic of the show too. Pay attention to what you are paying attention to.
Yes. What does that mean to you?
What's that mean?
I said to you.
No, what's that mean? What did she say?
So she said it's like when something happens, why are you focusing on certain things? Like good, bad, whatever it is. Like when something goes down, what is it you're focusing on and why is it in that moment that's what you're focusing on? That was the conversation.
Yeah, that was in a nutshell. That was, I mean, it really was. It was with all that's going on, why are you focusing on? Why is this getting your attention?
Yes.
So I kind of, when she said that, I was like, my brain kind of went all the way back. And I look at, I think they're called similes. What are they? Comparisons? I don't know. Analogies? Whatever.
Sure. Those all sound right.
I always look at my attention being a form of emotional currency.
Yeah.
Right? So if something or someone is getting my attention, how much do I have? Right? And it was kind of like the same thing of investing or something like that. If I have $10 and I invest $10 in you,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Right.
Right? So it's whatever you have attention wise, to me it's like a percentage. So treating your attention like currency is important.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, how much do you actually have? Right? So if we talked about something being imperative, important, everything's important. Everything needs to be done, but what's imperative?
Yeah.
So that same scale of what's getting your attention in this moment and why?
Yeah.
Why is all of your money, all your currency, attention going into this one thing? Is it taking away from other things that need to be paid? Are you not paying rent because you're going out and gambling?
Right.
Is it a frivolous thing? So that's why I went into, is it, and this is when I kind of had the question of, is paying attention to something, I think the deciding factor to me would have to be going, is this an investment or is it a frivolous purchase?
Mm.
And I feel like we can look at that as people too. Like, this is a frivolous purpose. Like, and I mean, like, an investment means not that, yes, you're going to get something out of it, but for yourself, for them, is something to grow with? Are we planting something here with me paying attention to this thing?
Yeah.
Or is it just something I'm putting on there because I just want to do that and do something silly? Yeah, that's where I was. So that was kind of my starting point.
Because when she said it, I thought more of like the thing that we always tell our kids is like, what story are you telling yourself? Like when it comes to paying attention and like the things that we hyper focus on for the reasons, most of those reasons are because we're trying to tell ourselves a story that's better than it actually is. Right. And I don't mean better that like it's happier, but better for us to get ourselves through whatever we're going
Kind
through.
of a justification.
Right.
Maybe.
Like, I can't believe this person did this. In reality, nothing happened. You were, whatever space you were in, whatever brought you to like, for you to pinpoint on what's happening right now is because you had to tell yourself a story that's better than it actually was.
Right. And I watched this other podcast and they play this other game of, I can't remember what it was like. It's like a rating scale of pain or whatever. And then they rate it, which is kind of funny. But one of the questions was, your ex wins the lottery.
Yeah.
And when he asked that to the other person, he goes, who cares? Good for them.
Right.
Like, and he's like, really? And he's like, yeah, why would I care? Like,
right.
Good for them. Like, if they owed me money, different. But like, if your ex, just because their ex wins a bunch of money, that's you're focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah.
You're giving the attention to something that you should be going and talking to somebody professionally if that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know? But if they owed you money, whole different story.
Right.
Right. But yeah, it's like we got to look at what's getting your attention. I mean, are we scrolling through and going, oh my gosh, so and so is doing this, and oh my gosh, so I was like, why is that getting your attention?
Yeah,
it's getting your attention. Maybe there's something inside of you that you need to be dealing with. So instead of looking at something that says, why does this go? This really bothers me. Maybe we should be going, why does this bother me?
Right. But I think that's hard for people to be like,
of course it is.
To step back and say,
of course it is.
Like, why is this truly annoying me? I was talking to my sister the other day, who's like literally one of my best friends. And I was talking to her and this is how I know that I wasn't in a good space. She was annoying me. Like, she was making me upset with what she was saying. I don't even know what it was, but I knew in that moment I was feeling annoyed. Like, I was having a conversation with one of my kids annoyed, my teenagers annoyed. And I was like, why am I annoyed at Becca? Becca doesn't annoy me like ever. So I'm like, what is happening right now within me to be annoyed at? Nothing she's saying is mean or annoying. It's literally just me. So like for me was easy to see. Sometimes you say things and I'm like, that was just stupid. It's obviously not me.
And I can relate on that too. It's like, why am I focusing on, like, realistically, there are some times when you call me when you're on the road and I'm actually like annoyed.
Yes. I mean, I know, I can hear it.
And I can hear myself when I get annoyed.
Yes.
I can hear it as like, she can tell I'm annoyed. And then I go, why am I annoyed? I'm like, literally all I'm going to do is go take a shower and I have to postpone it for like 10 minutes. Big deal, because I'm talking to Sarah. I'm talking to my wife, the person that so I'm sitting there like, but I go, it just seems for some reason every time she calls me, I'm always have to do something. I'm about to get in the shower. I was like, she freaking called you. You asked her to call you. You asked her to check in with you so that we can talk and stuff because you miss her. And then when she does it, you're annoyed?
Yeah.
What is your problem, dude? So there's some check-in on there too. Is like, why is this getting my focus?
Right.
And I also look at like the things that are going on in the world and let's just say something should get your focus. I mean, and I don't see like, you shouldn't get like depressed or over indulgent into it, but it's like certain little things of who's dating who and all this kind of stuff is like, why is that getting your focus?
Right.
And I don't mean like having a discussion about it and this is fun, having a conversation about somebody that's dating or not dating or a celebrity.
Yeah.
But if they're getting so much of your attention, that's a lot of currency that you're dumping into this, where there's some other things in your life that are
you're neglecting.
Now you're broke.
Right.
You can't afford to pay attention to your spouse. You can't afford to pay attention to your kids.
Right.
Your mom, your dad, your school, your whatever. So
I'm reading some comments. So Left Twix said, it's called being adult and mature. Too many people think the grass is greener on the other side. Yes.
It's so true. I mean, is it greener on the other side? Maybe.
Right.
But guess what? When you go over there, are you going to ruin it?
Probably.
You got to look
this
at
other grass was also green before you got here.
Yeah, that's why I look at when it comes to the grass being greener on the other side. It probably is.
Right.
But then you go over there and then it turns to brown.
Right.
And turns to dirt.
Right.
I was like, okay.
Because you still didn't put any effort in.
Yes, somebody over there was maintaining their lawn.
Yeah.
Right? Was maintaining their backyard. And I talk about that a lot, is like you have to maintain your backyard before you go to your neighbor and say, hey, do you know what really worked well in my yard?
Right.
Was this. Can I help you out with yours?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
No, your yard looks like crap. Why would you give me advice?
Right. I was like, and I think that happens way too often. We have so many people out there. And I have to say, I'm going to jump on the influencer thing.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there giving influence to other people when they haven't really made a success of their life or success in any situation except for being an influencer.
Yes.
So to me, you have to be an influencer of something.
I know this is off topic, but I think being an influencer as a job is the dumbest thing we've ever done as humanity. The dumbest.
I disagree to a point. Because I'm not going to go on to, because I go down rabbit holes of guitar and musician, YouTube and influencers on there. But if I've never seen this person ever play an instrument or tune up an instrument or work on an instrument, I'm done. I'm unsubscribing. Like, you have really good opinions.
But that's what I mean. Like, the influencers who literally have never done anything, but they're like convincing people to do this to lose weight, to do this to buy products. I'm like, you haven't done anything.
You're 19.
How do you get to influence? Now, the people who have actually done things and now they're like, I've tried this and it works because this is the industry I'm in, or I'm an actual doctor, not an Instagram doctor. I'm an actual doctor, and here's what the science says. That's a different kind of influence. But the people who are like, I got my PhD from Fox on Seinfeld. Like, the people who are like actually don't have real degrees and real things, and like, but I think this will work. And people are like, oh my gosh, did you see the Stanley Cup at Target? Like, I have to get one because they said I should.
What is this Stanley Cup reference? Like,
you haven't seen this? Oh, that's a different Stanley Cup actually, which is funny.
I'm so confused.
So earlier it was the hockey Stanley Cup, but now it's like
the only Stanley Cup I know.
Thermos.
Oh, the thermos.
Yeah.
Got it.
The school's calling me. That's weird.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Nobody.
They probably want that doctor's note.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue. And Ryan, I'm not jealous of the influencers. They're stupid. Continue.
I mean, a little bit, because not jealous, but a little bit of envy in the sense of I actually have had life experience in certain things, right? So if you know how to be if you want to know how to be a bad husband and get multiple divorces, I can help you out. Okay? I got you.
Stupid.
Okay? how to be an unsupportive husband. I got you. Okay. I can influence you in that direction. But
Ridiculous.
no, there's certain things that I have experience in,
Right.
right? Like, I don't want to say being a bad father, but being an absent father
Yeah.
and trying to mend that crap. I mean, there's some work involved that's no psychologist or a psychiatrist could ever tell you. It's something you
Right.
have to like, what do you do?
You live
And
and
you just
fail
like be present, give them a phone call. It's like, no, I mean, there's way more
Right.
to that, right? Raising children that are not your own,
Yeah.
of another race.
Right.
I mean, I have some experience in that.
Yeah.
So if you have no experience in that, I might have something to influence you and help you. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do,
Right.
but I'm going to say, here's some things that I've tried. That's the whole.
Right.
That is, when it comes to this segment, the advise me not is literally what that is.
Yes.
It's saying we don't know the answers, but we've had some experience in these areas.
Yeah.
And we're not saying we have the answers. We are saying it's okay to ask others to get the answer, to have a mentor, or especially if you have experience in something, to mentor someone else.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. But yeah. All right. So where were we at?
I think we got off topic talking about influencers.
Not really. Well, not really, because I mean that's what
Yeah.
influencers get your attention.
Oh, I was gonna bring something. Say something. Sorry, lots of words. So remember earlier when you were talking about that show, "Am I Being the A-hole?" That also reminded me of this section of the moment. Like, if you don't know, it's almost a thing like we always say: if you don't know, if you're the DICK, then you probably are.
Here's an analogy that I've used for a long time. You're right. If nobody's rode a public bus, I'm sorry. You should. You just should. And no, or good for you. You've never had to use public transportation. But if you get on a bus, every public transportation bus has a crazy person on the bus.
Right.
If you can't find who that is, you're the crazy person on the bus.
Yes.
Right. And I used to do that same analogy when I used to go to church and stuff like that years ago. It was kind of like, is that church a good church and it's doing flourishing? Don't join it because you're a human being. You're going to screw it up. It's the same you know, it's like trying to find a situation that's going to make your life perfect. You are going to chase that till you die.
Right.
Be confident in yourself. Be a better person internally.
Yeah.
And you will bring the light to other places.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So
I have a question. Why is it when you're acting like, we're going to say a crazy person, but we know it's not a nice term, right? But when you're acting and you're focusing on something doesn't need to be focused on, and your partner's like, why are you focusing on that? Why is that like the worst thing you could ever tell somebody? Why does knowing that you trust and love your partner, but when they say something like that, like, calm down. Why are you focusing on that? Why are you saying that? Like, why is it like the most triggering and upsetting thing that your partner can say to you? I will fight you over those words. Why is that?
My first opinion is because you feel like the other person's not supporting you. That's by default. That's the first thing. You feel like they're not being supportive of what's important to me, of what's important to you, whatever.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Take all those words,
Right.
Figure out what I'm trying to say. But it really comes down to that because we had a discussion before the podcast of what triggers me and
Yes.
how Sarah can push my buttons. And I can't even remember what the conclusion was, but I came to a conclusion internally that the buttons that she pushes she goes, I know how to push his buttons, but she does it playfully. But the buttons really are, I get triggered by when somebody challenges my integrity.
Yeah.
Or challenges how much I adore and care for my wife. So if you challenge those things, that's a button.
Yeah.
You know, even if you do it playfully, I know better. I know Sarah's intentions. I feel her intentions. But when she says those things, I get like, my wall goes up and I'm done.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same concept is like when something's important to you and I go, well, that's not important right now. You're like, I'm out.
Right.
I'm losing it. right? Or when something's important to me, because it happens way more the other way, where I feel like something's really important, and it's usually a new
Because
song.
he thinks everything that
It-
happens is important to Scooter.
Everything is awesome.
Everything.
I get excited about things.
Popcorn.
It depends on the
Salami. Anything music, a show, a car, a microphone, a camera, a haircut, jujitsu, rings, phones, technology, beer. Anything that happens, rain. I mean,
Oh man.
I am 100% the opposite. I don't salted meats. I don't find all of those things. I think they're cool. I mean, I'm like, that's cool, but that's like my excitement level.
But then again, I don't think there's anything that I've found that's truly excited you.
That's fair.
You know, I mean, the most passionate moments that we've had, not husband and wife, not waka waka, but is for her is like sports.
Yes.
Like if sports are on or a sports movie or
yeah.
I mean, and I totally get that. I love sports. I really love the idea of sports, and I'm talking about all sports.
Except golf.
Well, I like golf too.
Just
The
kidding.
competition of people and scoring it and people trying to do better than the other person and everybody at the end of the day really does like each other.
Yeah.
That's an age-old.
Yes.
That's before war.
Right.
Like having competitions and sport was your competition instead of war.
Yes.
That's before war.
Yeah.
Guys, historically, just look it up. So I appreciate that and I love it so much. But I do everything else too.
Everything.
Yeah, you're more of a just sports you're excited about.
Baked goods.
And me, I was like, man, look at this new dice.
I
This
know.
new set of dice I got. Did you see it's clear? And then it does this. And she's like, it's dice. I was like, it's totally cool though. I'm like, I appreciate but I didn't always. I think that's where it comes from. This was not something that was innate in my system. I hated everything. I had a strong hate for everything. I was cynical.
Yeah.
Everything was crap. That's stupid. I could do it better. That's how I felt a lot of my life. And as I got older, I was like, you can't do it better than that. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So we're way off topic.
Yeah.
So your attention is currency. Investment is it an investment or is it a frivolous purchase? That was my kind of points there. Did you have any other points?
No, I talked on mine.
All right. So let's go into the other one because I was very driven, not the other one, but the other thing that I said for pay attention to what you are paying attention to.
Yes.
I was watching some videos. There's a lot of videos this year on YouTube about quitting YouTube.
Interesting.
There's a lot of them. And we're talking about
Wait, they have a video on YouTube about quitting YouTube?
but that they're giving their final date to where they're quitting.
Oh, weird. Okay.
And it's some big YouTubers, like people that have like 15 million
Dang.
followers. They made a living off of YouTube. And it became one of those conversations of when a hobby that you really enjoy to do becomes a job.
Yeah.
And I think, and Ariel and I have talked about that a lot. You and I have talked about that a lot, is you're doing something because you're passionate about this one thing, but there's so many more aspects about that. If you're going to do it instead of a hobby, now it's a job.
Yeah.
Right? You get paid for it. So
Right.
now you have to do taxes. You
Yeah.
have to pay staff for it. You have to now get on social media about it. You now have, there's so many more aspects in 2024. So a lot of people that started YouTube channels like over a decade ago were doing it because it was a hobby. And then it kicked
Made
off.
money. Right.
And now they're not just making money, but making a living.
Right. So what are they going to do without this?
Well, they've used that money to go back and pay for some of the other stuff to do that for a living.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not like they're quitting. They're not, I know it's kind of it's that algorithm of shock thing. It's like, I'm quitting YouTube. They're not really.
Right.
They're just going to do it a heck of a lot less.
Oh, okay.
And their business has kicked off. Kind of like you, let's go into photography or videography. You have a photography YouTube channel and you did it because it's like, it's a cool hobby. I have some experience in it. You do it. And then all of a sudden, oh, now YouTube's paying my bills. I don't have to do photography.
Right.
Then you're doing YouTube, and next thing you go, it's like, I really like
Miss
photography.
right.
You know, it's like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But then your YouTube has gotten big enough to where photography people are hiring you at a higher end and paying for stuff, and you can have higher end clients.
Yeah.
Let's say now. But so YouTube became your resume.
Yeah.
In a sense. So it becomes that kind of thing of what is getting your attention, like a hobby versus a job. If your hobby is getting more focused than your job, it depends on, is your job going to still be there?
Yeah.
Right. And I think we've had some balances, you know, talking to our kids and talking to some people. Is like, you may not like your job, but it's paying for your hobby.
Right.
Right. And your hobby is the thing you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So what's getting your focus? Is your hobby getting all your focus and your job is getting none? And now you're going to lose your job, and now your hobby, you have no money to do.
Right.
So there's this balancing act of currency. And I was kind of looking into that. And I feel like that's emotionally too. So when you're scrolling through, let's say social media and those types of things, when you go on there, are you tapping on things that are your hobby, or are they work, or are they both, or are they just toxic? Like, what's the toxicity is why social media gets such a bad rap.
Yeah.
Right. So I can look at boobs and butts all day on social media. I could, and I like it, but it's not productive.
Is that what you're doing on social media all day?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Totally what I'm doing. But that is your clickbait, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to get your attention. And that's where you're going to find that's what's getting your attention. The trauma in people's lives, the sad things that are going on in the world, they exist. So look into those things, but don't trust social media. Why
Right.
is this getting my attention
Yeah.
on social media? Look into it, research it, find out what you can do in a positive route to maybe influence somebody in a good direction. But putting your stuff out there just being blast, like the only people that are listening to you are the people that agree with you.
Right.
So there needs to be a stop to that.
Yeah.
Instead of blasting that out on social media, what are you doing on the ground? What are you actually doing? Are you going out there and making a positive influence somewhere?
Right.
So is that getting your attention, the positive movement, or are you just going, this is stupid, we need to free whatever? I'm like, what did you
just accomplish?
You did nothing.
Right.
You're just going to get like 20 likes or maybe 1,000 likes or 100,000 likes. And now you're just the better influencer of you did nothing. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's where I'm at.
I mean,
Do you have more opinion?
I don't have more opinions,
Good,
honestly.
but-
I know.
But this is a podcast, so
I know.
and a discussion.
Well, you were saying something, but then you kept talking, so then I got lost. I was going to say something about what you said, but I didn't write it down, so I don't remember what it was.
So
Wait,
I always
Give me
know.
a second.
Oh, well, I always know, like when I go on my speeches, like our viewers just drop. And then, no, I'm not joking. Like this is real. This is real. I've looked at it when I go up, but I'm still gonna keep doing them.
Yeah.
Okay. I go through them, and our viewership is like, okay, I can come back when Sarah's on. She'll be on in like 15 minutes.
Wait, you said something and I wanted to say so. Can you recap what you said?
No, not at all. I mean, we can't live rewind. We could,
Oh,
and then people would stare at us and there'd be nothing to say. So, contribute, please.
paying attention to what you're not paying attention to. But I feel like I did. Like, again, my big thing is like, and I don't know if people know what that means, the story that you tell yourselves, but it's like, there was something in this Crucial Conversations book that I read a long time ago. And it was like, when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody and even with yourself, like, what are you focusing on? Why are you telling yourself that it was good or bad? Like, why aren't you being honest with yourself? And because if you can't be honest with yourself about what's happening right now, you're not going to be honest with anybody ever in life, right? This should be the easiest person you can talk to is yourself. So if you can't even have the real conversation with yourself, if you can't even pay attention to what's going on inside you, but you can nitpick other people and tell other people how to do things better and tell other people what to do, can it truly come from a good place? I shouldn't say good place, a true place.
A constructive place.
Right.
So usually my experience has been when you are telling people how much they're doing wrong, and I'm not talking about your kids.
Right.
Right? I was like, your kids need praise but they need both. Like
They need
this
the
is
bumpers.
Yeah, it's like the right side is like, no, that's not right. This bump, that's good. You have to keep them with,
Yeah.
you're staying in the lane. That's awesome. Uh-oh, get back up.
Yeah.
I mean, and it gets a little bit more real as they get older.
Yeah.
But when it comes to another person that trusts you and you tell, like if I was telling you so many things, which I do, everything that you're doing wrong and never tell you anything that you're doing right, which that's totally me. Which is not true, but I tell her a lot of things that she's doing right, but she only remembers the things I tell her that she's doing wrong.
Flippin' not true.
Trigger. Boop-oo. Pushed your button.
Wait, I had something else to say.
No.
Go ahead.
I just said no and you just stopped. That was weird.
Oh gosh. Okay. So you said something about parenting and the things that you pay attention
I just
to.
said parenting.
I know,
And
but
she's
that's
like,
what
trigger.
because we have this thing in our house where like we say it's like reality versus optimism. I guess which one's which.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to guess which one's which. But I think that's also the hard part is like sometimes when you're in parenting and one of you is more realistic and one of you is more optimistic, that you get stuck on the things that one person thinks isn't that big of a deal and the other one's like, no, this is how you do things better and raise better people, versus like my life experience and my being raised up this way led to okay things, versus like, no, reality, that's not the way that it works this way. You know what I mean? So like the things that you pay attention to as parents is interesting because every single one of us is so different.
Yeah.
And every kid is different to the things that you actually pay attention to. And it's so friggin' hard to get on the same page as somebody else. And I love the people, like people who have littles, so happy like that you guys are on the same page. But let me tell you right now, there's nothing that changes so quickly to when your kid goes to school. I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing, but like the first time your kid goes to school and they encounter somebody or something and you're like, one parent's like, in my experience, this is the best way. And the other parent's like, no, it's not. That's not the best way. Actually, we should try this. And you're like, no, that doesn't seem like it's going to work. Right? Like it's that weird thing of, anyways. So like as parents, it's that weird thing of the things that you pay attention to that you don't realize, one, that either brings your kid up or pulls them down because you don't really know how it's going to affect them yet, right? You don't know for like 10 years. You hope that it's not going to bring them down, like drag them down. But there's the things that you say and the things you pay attention to in their lives that in 10 years, you will have that conversation, hopefully with them, that realize that you actually was like you totally missed something. You were paying so much attention to this moment and these weird little things that you missed this giant moment in their life. And it sucks. Let me tell you, it's a terrible, terrible feeling. But even the best of parents, they still missed it.
And I think, yeah, when it comes to best of parents, that's a relative term.
You grow up and think, my parent was so good at...
Yeah.
Because you can't think you're a best... I mean, if you think you were a great parent, eat some humble pie.
Be humble. Sit down. But yeah, and it comes to, like, as a parent, you have to pay attention to what you're paying attention to.
It's so hard.
Right? I was like, if you are... and generations are different. Every generation is different. And I want to say, not because of age or anything, but the culture that's going on, society, the current society, the current industry of technology will change everything.
Yeah.
The industry of the workforce, that changes every generation of parents. So your ability to be present all the time can be overbearing for a child, right? There's like, they were always there. Oh my gosh,
Right.
I never had any freedom.
Right.
And then it was like, on the flip side, it was like, they were never home. They were always working, but I
Right.
have a trust fund and I got to go to college.
Right.
You know, it's like, so where's the balance? I don't know. So I think the whole idea is to be paying attention to what you're paying attention to.
Right.
Being self-reflective, being cognizant of your time, being cognizant of other people's time, especially when it comes to your friends, your family, your partner, your children.
Yeah.
Like, are you spending enough time with your kids? You're always going to think you're not.
You never are.
That's what you're going to think.
Right.
But then on the flip side, there could be like, oh my gosh, my parents were just always there. And they were helicopter parents and they never let me be. And they were just always in my business.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's the other side. I was like, oh, my parents were never home.
Yeah.
I was like, so right now we have our kids in the house. We think they think we're helicopter parents.
No, they don't.
They think I am.
They think we don't hang out with them enough.
They're not here.
I mean, the one who's here thinks we never hang out with him.
I'm here all day and he's in his room.
Well,
I'll be like,
but we always say we're working,
"No, I'm right here.
but you're always working.
No.
I'm just telling you what I hear from the grapevine.
Okay.
And by
Well,
grapevine, it's them coming to my room and telling me.
who's them? Oh, like, I'm
CJ.
here.
CJ will tell me.
But
You guys are always working. We never go do anything. I was like, oh, well, yeah.
I mean,
But
as
you're expensive.
but as I always feel like as children get older, it's like you got to have some ideas of what you want to do. You know?
I know. Again, it's that weird balance of, but I like my kids want to hang out with me, but also I don't have time to hang out with you. You're expensive. Do you know how expensive it is to raise a child right now?
Oh, that's
So
yeah,
expensive.
that's a whole nother.
Anyways, Left Twig says, talking money, can you balance a checkbook? Who has a checkbook? I'm just kidding. I can balance my account.
Yeah.
Every Friday when that money goes in.
when you talk to our current generation, no.
Right.
But when it
No.
comes to us, yes, we run small businesses. If it doesn't balance,
Ooh.
we don't pay rent.
Yeah, we balance multiple checkbooks.
Right. And she balances them for other people for a living.
Yeah.
In
Probably.
a sense.
Yes.
And similar. But so
Oh.
we personally, yes, but that is a question actually Left Twix. You're saying, asking just a person that goes 9 to 5 and
Probably
pays
not.
bills, probably not.
Yeah.
And you say,
But I think that term is like, I'm sorry, but it's age. Like, because most people, it's like, can you balance your account?
But
Can you make
yeah.
sure your account doesn't go to zero and your bills are paid and you know how much money's in it? Like, if I asked you right now, could you tell me how much money's in your account?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, go online. I can check.
but I think that's what I think.
Yeah.
What Left Twix is saying is what that means. Balancing a checkbook. What that means.
Right.
It means the money coming in and the money about to come out.
Yeah.
Like, balancing a checkbook is the concept of balancing a checkbook is you write a check and it's not going to clear your account for
Right.
sometime weeks.
Right.
Like back
in the day.
Back
Back
in the day.
day.
But it's the same concept as like there's a bill coming.
Right.
Do you have money in the account
Yes.
to pay that bill in 2 weeks?
Yes.
If you don't, right, you go do a side hustle.
Yeah.
Right?
You know who still lives on that concept? SMUD. SMUD is our electrical company for Sacramento. You could pay your bill online at SMUD.
Oh,
It
so
takes
true.
2 weeks to come out. So
Oh, for
you
sure.
might as well be balancing a checkbook because you have to remember that it hasn't cleared yet.
We have to remember that the concept of it
Yeah.
is very much the same. And I think that's where
We have one kid who could do it. Well,
Yes.
And the 3 that we've raised together, we have one kid
We
that
have
can do it.
right, 1 out of 5.
'Cause no
we
one
have
listens.
3. Out of my 5, I
Right.
got 3.
Yes. That's pretty good.
So I think the record's pretty good. We
Yeah.
have one that's delusional. The other one
Can't
that
do it.
just doesn't have any money.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah, he's like, I
Yeah, yeah.
don't have any money.
So really like 3 out of 4.
Most they're doing okay. They know the concept of it, and it's not like they choose to not. Let's look at it that way. Because realistically, we have to look at it like if you're paying attention to your one job that you have, and that one job can't pay the bills that you're spending,
Right.
then your focus is what you're paying attention to is
Yeah.
you need to pay attention to something else.
Yeah.
You know what you need to pay attention to? finding a second job,
Or spend less.
finding a better job, or looking at, I mean,
Right.
you can adjust different numbers
Yes.
across the board.
Yes.
And I think that's our biggest push and learn when it comes to raising our kids. Be
Yes.
good people. I don't know, all that crap.
We're going to play a mini bonus round of
So,
lyrically correct.
Bonus round.
Just mix the cards around. So you have to participate if you're in the chat. You must participate, or otherwise, Screw has to take a shot. Just kidding. Just kidding.
oh God.
He'll vomit on you guys. Okay.
I will not. What? Where does that come from?
I don't know if you'll know this.
You vomited more recently than me.
I was sick. That wasn't alcohol issues.
It's not the point.
Hopefully the chat can help you on this one. You ready?
No.
Hope you guys are paying attention.
Okay, but what's the
Oh, sorry.
premise?
Lyrically Correct is a music trivia game, 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B edition. Oh, Ryan says, how about if I do participate, Scooter takes a shot. Agreed. So,
Crap.
I'm not going to do that one because that one seems hard. Okay, this is good. What does...
Shit, Sarah just and this is where when we were talking about the Family Feud thing with Alyce, this is how Sarah plays games. Like, this is what the rules say, but this is how we're gonna do it.
But also understand, I will never in my life memorize any of this stuff. I don't have the brain capacity.
That's not what
I don't care enough to remember anything.
That's not what I'm saying.
So if you think, oh, she's reading through cars, she's gonna remember them. I don't remember. I just put down right there.
What's our anniversary?
Which one?
Exactly.
There's 2. 5, 16, and then 8, 7. Sounds right.
Now you know all of our passwords.
Yeah. Okay. What does Lauryn Hill find funny about money? That might be hard.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, this one's better.
Does anybody else know?
Oh, yeah. Does anybody else know the answer to that?
Okay, we're not gonna wait.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying we're not gonna wait for somebody to answer. We could be here for days.
Wait, do you know any of Rihanna's songs?
Tanium.
Jiminy. Okay, Biggie.
I know the one she did with Nicki Minaj.
No. Wait, I got Biggie. This is 90s and 2000s.
Okay.
Early 2000s. Okay, ready?
Jeez.
Where was Biggie going?
What?
Where was Biggie going? This is an easy one, guys.
I don't know.
Sing in your head.
Sing what in my head?
The Biggie song.
The Biggie song. There's only one Biggie.
I'm going to give you one line. I'm going.
Back to Cali.
There you go. Good job.
Got it.
Shot.
Because I got it right?
Shot. You can just take a drink of your beer. Okay, ready? Oh, this one's good too.
Take a drink of the beer and answer at the same time.
Well,
It's called ventriloquist.
drink the beer while I ask the question. Where was the party that Montel Jordan went to on a Friday night?
In his pants.
No.
That sounds...
What's the song first?
Some party. Right?
Wait, I didn't hear you. Say it again.
What was the question?
Where was the party that Montel Jordan went to on a Friday night?
It's Friday. I don't know.
Wait,
I was just coming up with lyrics.
your beat is messing me up. I can't even remember the
Friday night, now I'm going to party. The party's in my pants.
When you said the Friday night, I could think it was the TJF theme song. This is how we do it. Come on.
This is how we do it. Yeah, I understand.
No.
Uptown Central.
It's on the west side.
uh,
You want to ask me one? I gave you
Sure.
some.
oh, well, you didn't tell me I was allowed to.
Oh, wait, this one's good.
Holy cow.
It's Biggie again. You seem to know Biggie songs.
I
what
don't.
did Biggie tell the true players to do after they throw their rollies in the sky?
What?
What What did Biggie tell the true players to do after they throw their rollies in the sky?
Shoot Tupac.
What?
I don't know.
Savage.
Am I wrong?
Does anybody know the answer?
Why are they all... Everything I'm pulling is a challenge card.
Oh, did I not shuffle?
Babe, I don't think you understand.
Oh, you're always close. Put your hands up in the air. But then what?
Like you just don't care?
After that.
Then you like a real gangsta? That sounded right.
Oh goodness, you wave them from side to side.
Oh, that sounds like going to a concert.
I know.
Good job, Biggie.
Okay, you want to ask the question?
No, because he has multiple choice.
Okay, that's good.
No,
It's good for the chat. Go ahead.
it's not good for the chat.
Ask the question.
It's good for the chat, but not good for you.
Just do both.
All right.
Jump. No, it's waving side to side.
All right.
Okay.
How often
Oh goodness.
does Blackstreet think about the girl?
What's my options?
A, once in a while. B, on their anniversary. C, all the time. D, on 2 occasions.
It's my anniversary. It's the anniversary.
No, it's
Dang it.
C, all the time.
What's that song?
I have no idea. It's a Blackstreet. All I remember is like da 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 da. That's the only song I remember from them, right?
Ooh, I feel like I'm getting all the gangster rap ones.
I'm getting all of them.
What did Ice Cube roll in a game of craps?
Snake Eyes. No, it was he rolled 7.
And
Oh.
it's 2
11.
numbers. Yeah. 7 and 11.
Yeah.
Good job. Oh, you got 2.
Yeah, I'm winning.
All right, last one.
What? For me? Okay, you can't. It's just too much. Like, do you even know these people? You don't know these people.
Maybe.
I'm going through these cards. You don't know these people.
Oh, this one's good. I wish I
Okay,
got this one.
here we go.
Go ahead.
What did Erykah Badu
Ooh.
say to the brothers after greeting the sisters?
I don't know. That's
You said you knew
hard.
lyrics.
I do know lyrics.
Long pause.
What is it?
I don't know. Y'all all right.
I would never have gotten that. What does T.I. have the crowd yelling?
I don't care.
Got my homeboys yelling.
Woot,
Got the
woot,
whole crowd yelling.
woot,
Bring
woot.
them out. Bring them out.
Oh,
All right.
that was close.
I think we need like an 80s version for you and then this version for me.
You didn't get these either.
You only asked me one question.
I asked you like 3.
I think I need my questions. Can we switch?
I don't. You can't just pick which questions
oh,
that you
here.
know the answer to.
You asked me these. I haven't looked at them yet.
That doesn't. It's from the same
But I
deck.
feel like mine are better than yours.
Your stack. You've already looked through them.
No, I haven't.
But no, there's no proof of that because it's off camera.
I mean, they were right here.
I understand what you're saying.
Just one more.
Okay. What? Okay. What could Lil' Kim make disappear in her mouth
Oh, no. Lil' Kim was dirty.
with 2 R's? She was dirty.
Oh, no.
I actually knew this one. That's why I asked. The
Is it an
question.
actually dirty answer? No.
No, it's not.
It's like a family game.
But it makes sense. It's
Lil'
not a
Kim?
family. That's not a family game.
Hot dogs.
Okay. You went literal. No, a Sprite can. I did know that one.
I don't know that song.
I do. I liked Lil' Kim
You don't know that one.
for a while.
Well,
Till Nicki
yeah.
came on the scene.
these are
And it was
hard.
all over.
Oh, this is good. I know everyone's gonna get this one, even
Come
you.
on.
Kanye West says, "If you're no punk, what should you holla?"
I ain't no punk.
So Ryan got the can one, so we're gonna Ryan the can.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
I'm gonna leave this
I know
for the
that
chat. Kanye West says, "If you're no punk, what should you holler?"
I'm not a punk.
That's not it.
That's all you gotta say. It's like, I'm not a punk.
I think even that tone, that just means you are.
I'm not a punk. I sound like Kanye right there.
I feel like people are gonna get that one.
Scootily boop boop.
I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna wait for what?
Someone's gonna get it.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Who's Plies? I don't know. Plies is a. Yep. We want prenup. That's right. Good job, Ariel.
Oh, nice.
I knew someone would get it. If you ain't no punk, holla, we want prenup.
Oh, you'll get this one. Hopefully, you'll get this one.
Okay.
Who did Wishbone from Bone Thugs and Harmony miss?
Oh gosh.
You know that you've.
I feel like I'm better sober at this game. I've only had
you
2
barely
shots.
drank.
No, I know, but I'm also tired.
The answer is
Is his
you're
grandma?
always tired.
Shh, is his grandma?
No, Uncle Charles.
Uncle Charles?
I felt like you knew that one.
Okay. unfortunately, I'm back on Kanye. I don't know. I don't think I. No, I didn't. I'm not. How many times did Kane from the Yin Yang Twins go to the club? It's
all the time.
It's a very funny answer.
How many times?
You're gonna laugh when you hear it.
Every time.
I'm gonna wait because I think the chat might get this one. I think Uriel might get this one also.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this next one.
Ryan got Uncle Charles. Maybe you're just not waiting long enough. I feel like there's a delay.
Well, there is a delay. Like they don't, like
How long is the delay?
like 7 to 10 seconds.
Oh, we should wait 7 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, we just have dead air. 7 to 10 seconds.
No, ask
every
your
time I
question.
ask a question.
Wait, and then I'll go. I'm gonna say mine again. How many times did Kane from the Yin Yang Twins go to the club? And I went to the club about times.
99 times. 1,000 times.
It's a funny number.
1,001 times.
I'm gonna
69 times.
No.
420 times.
Do you want to ask your question?
Jeez, Ryan, you're in the chat. Like, Uncle Charles,
All
I
caps.
knew that one's like, why are you yelling at me, man? He's all caps in the chat. Why are you yelling?
All right, no one said I'm gonna say it. About 11 times.
I don't remember that one at all.
Like my favorite saying. 50,
So-
11. Okay, this is the last one, I promise.
This is a multiple choice, but I'm not giving you multiple choice. Because this is
Okay.
straight. What time are the girls leaving Snoop's living room?
Oh gosh. Can you tell me the song?
That was the tune. What time are the girls leaving?
No,
leaving Snoop's living room.
Give me the options.
No.
Yes.
No.
Give me the options.
No.
Ham. Options.
I feel like if anybody's listening to this, they should know this. Especially you.
What? I don't know the song.
Yes, you do.
Give me the options. 8 in the morning.
Oh,
Is that
she's
right?
so close.
Is
She's
it
close.
7.
Here's the options. So you're correct. But here because it's multiple choice, but I didn't say it. A is 2:45. B is 6 in the morning. C is 4:30. D is midnight.
It's 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
Well,
So I mean, she's close enough. But come on,
but if you would have said it, I would have got it.
what? That makes no sense. If I
If you
would
would
have
have said
said
the
it,
options, I would have got it.
that's literally why I said no.
Anyways, guys,
I
this is
feel
the
like
game.
8 in the morning is great. That's
I'm good at this game at like 7 a.m. when my
But what's
brain
cool
is
though
functioning
is 6
well.
in the morning. She's West Coast. We're West Coast. She's in Houston. So
Yeah,
she's
she's right.
correct. If you're in Houston, it would be 8 in the morning. So you got that like on the
Ridiculous.
dot. That's great.
Well, thanks guys for joining us.
No, it means a lot. We're gonna do more of these things. We're gonna do more games soon. Very soon. We're gonna do more giveaways, not just for our giveaway question, but thanks to Uriel that's in the chat, Yaya's Embroidery. So please check them out on their Instagram and order some stuff. You get 10% off just by saying, you know what, Sarah and Scooter said you were cool. So go do
Yes.
that. And what is the question of this week before we sign off?
In a recent shout out, Scooter named 4 shows we've been watching. Name 2 of them.
Only 2.
Only
You only have to name 2. Okay?
Arr.
Because we're going to give away more stuff.
Yeah.
We like giving away stuff.
Yes, he does.
Yes, I do. All right, guys. We will see you very soon. We'll see you back next week.
Yeah.
Everything's on the books.
Same bad time.
Message us. If you have any things you want to drop into the comments of the video, please do that first, especially if it's about the video. If you have any questions, want to have a conversation with us, hit us up at sarandscooter@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Instagram at sarandscooter. So all those things,
Yes.
I read all of them,
Yes, he does.
and I respond as quickly as I can. I have to tell her
Yes.
when it happens. But other than that, have a good evening.
Night.
Have a good Friday.
And I loved it.